I don't know what it is, guys, but I keep running into the dumbest stuff. Every time I do a project, there's something that just wants to take you down. So I have this mower here, and I was getting it ready for use, and it was in pretty good shape. Actually, it's really not terrible. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, thanks to David. So David, shout out to you for selling me the mower for actually reasonable money. But I got it. I kind of refurbed the deck a little bit, new belts, got it running, runs, drives, everything. Went back to go start it. It don't start. No click, nothing. So after some research, it might be the safety switches. And you can see I got a safety switch out right here. So do a little research and figure out how on this mower do you actually test the safety switches. And the answer is this. Battery out, but hooked up. I got jumper cables here. I got a ground over here. So it's grounded, and this is the main battery wire. And the way to test it without the safety switches, by the way, if you really want to, is under here. Yeah, I got the relay, the main relay, and there's one tab under there that one wire goes to. And that one wire, if you touch that tab with a positive, so you jumper it, just get a jumper, go in there, grab that tab, and just touch it to positive, it'll close the relay and it'll want to start. So there's that, right? So if it wants to start, sweet, that's great. At least you know the relay's working and you have voltage going through the unit. So next thing, you take and you put the parking brake on, and the parking brake, actually you can see it here, I removed the gas tank. There is the parking brake, or the brake safety switch. Put the parking brake on, so that safety switch is off. Undo the seat safety switch, just undo it. And then you have one more on this unit, which is, or was in here, right down here, and that is the blade safety switch. And that I pulled out right here. Anyway, so what you do, put the parking brake on, so that safety switch is engaged, and then disengage the blades. Make sure the blades are disengaged, which is this thing. Hang on. So this part down here, there's actually a tab on it. The tab on this other side engages that safety switch. So you have all that done, you hit the key, and then what you do, you have positive here on your meter checking voltage. If you turn the key and no voltage, odds are one of those safety switches is bad. Then what you do is, the way I figured this, you wiggle the lever. You try to engage that safety switch. And if you get a little voltage while you're wiggling and have the key on, put this back down. So what you do, key on and wiggle this lever. So key fully on, wiggle the lever. If you see your voltage, aha, maybe that safety switch is bad. So I go to pull out the safety switch, and if anybody's having trouble with this, 2 little screws hold the safety switch on, and I'm trying to figure out what size they are. For the life of me, 8mm maybe too small, 9mm too big, 1/4 inch no. So turns out this metal tab that's on here holding this, the metal tab is slightly too wide. So it goes clunk. The 8mm actually goes clunk on the metal tab before it wants to engage. And of course these two are in a tiny, terrible spot. I don't know. I may actually I may grind this stupid metal thing here so that next time you can actually stick your socket on it. And it's in a darn difficult spot to get to, I'll say that. So you got to pull the good news here is the gas tank comes out easy. It's just a couple of screws with holders and the gas tank falls out. But it's like, really? In order to pull this thing out, just go click? Nope, you actually have to pull the metal out. Fine, cool, but this doesn't quite want to go. So I'm going to have to modify that. Yeah, somebody else is having a problem with the mower. Anyway, so yeah, let's do it one more time. And I should have started with the, again, this little wire here is the trigger from the starter, or not from the starter, from the key. This is the trigger from the ignition to, and you're supposed to have 12 volts here. If 12 volts is here, it's supposed to be plugged into that relay and engage the relay to engage the starter. But, so what you do is pull this off, measure this with your multimeter, and if all your safeties are good, you hit the key, you should have voltage here. If you do not have voltage here, then odds are one of the safety switches is bad. And sometimes just wiggling it and then you get voltage, you might figure out you have a dead spot in the safety switch. So then you just have to figure out where they are. The second one is down there, way in there. I think you get to it from underneath. That looks darn difficult too. I'm not looking forward to that. So this one was slightly easier. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody figure this out and run through the troubleshooting that I did on this, because I know the engine runs fine, but one of these $20 safety switches is bad. So, hope everybody's having a good day, and I know I haven't been on much lately, but hope everybody's doing good. Alright, everybody take care. MTD, let's see, this is a Troy-Bilt MTD 42-inch. This is like 04, but I imagine any of these in this era are quite similar. So, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.